Hello, and welcome along to this short video where we're going to be looking at what we need to do when the Chocolatey license is coming up to its expiration date. How do we upgrade to a new version of the Chocolatey license within our QDE environment? So let's jump in. So right now, looking at my QDE environment, I know that I've got a valid license. It's currently got 50 licenses or 50 machines that can be used with it, but there's nothing visually within CCM at the minute to indicate that there might be a problem. Now, once we go past the expiration date, CCM will start reporting that there's an invalid license, but there is an open backlog item which would be to give prior warning that a license is coming up to its expiration date. Now, if I go to Chocolatey itself and I run Choco, then I will get an error message. You'll see that as of right now, I've got 0 days left on my license. So the license I've got within this QDE environment runs out tomorrow. So I need to get this upgraded. Now, ideally, upgrading of a license happens before the expiration date. So that's the situation that I'm in just now. I've got a set of machines, or I've potentially got a set of machines in my environment that have a license that is away to expire. So what do I need to do in order to get it updated? Now, when you would have set up QDE, what it did is it created a license package for you, and that got published to the Nexus repository. So you'll see here that within the Nexus repository, we can see that the license package was created with the date that the license expires on. So you'll see here that it was the 26th of November 2020. So what we can do is we can simply create a new package with the new license contained within it. So if we go over to the setup files that are on the file system within QDE, then one of the files within here is create the license package. So what we can do, if I open up another Windows Explorer here, and I simply go to the C program data Chocolatey and then the license folder. So this is where the old license is. So if I get a new license, so one that has, if I get a new license that has a new expiration date, so I'm going to bring this one in here. So this is a new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the old one from this machine. So that you would do this on your QDE machine. You wouldn't do this. You wouldn't have to do this on every single client machine, but we're going to do this once on my QDE machine. So I'm going to bring in this new license, and I'm just going to place it into the file system there within that specific folder. So C, program data, Chocolatey license. Now, having placed that on the file system, if I run Choco again, we'll see that we're still getting an expiration warning, but it's not for the next 30 days. So what I've done is I've basically given myself a new license that doesn't expire until next month. So we're further along the line of not expiring. I maybe should have made it a little bit longer, but to illustrate the point, I've now got a license that's 30 days out in terms of its expiration date. So what I can do now, if I go into that Choco setup folder, and it was called files, wasn't it? So if I go into the files folder, then in here, we've got that create license package. So if I go ahead and run that one, what that will do is it will create me a new Chocolatey license package, and I believe it will publish it to the Nexus repository for us. So we need to give it the API key. So for that, I need to go into here. So I'm going to go into here. If I go ahead and access my API key, which is obviously I'm going to nuke this environment once I finish this video. So obviously don't give your new API key out to anyone, but it's on my video. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this into here. So if I do that, what it will do is it will look at that file in that folder, and it will generate a new license package for me, and then it will publish it up to my Nexus repository. And it's also going to upgrade it on my machine. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look here and do a Choco list local only. So in terms of this machine, this machine now has the updated license. So see how it's created a package with a date that's the future one. So my machine is now been upgraded. Even though we placed it on the file system, we upgraded the Chocolatey package so that we know that it's got the right one installed. And if we go back over here to our Nexus repository and we go into Browse and we look at Chocolatey internal, then in here, we should now have two packages. So one is the old one, which was expiring tomorrow, and then the next is the new one. So now what we would do is we would obviously want to go to all of the machines in our environment and update that Chocolatey license package. So the easiest way to do that would probably be to create a deployment within QDE, within CCM, sorry. So you would do something along the lines of go up to your computers, create a new group called all computers. So obviously I've only got one machine in this environment. I would bring in all the machines, I would click save, and then what I would probably do would be to create a new deployment, and it would just be a basic deployment. So it would be Choco upgrade of Chocolatey license. The target would be the all computers. I would click save, and I would click save, and then return to deployment, and I would send that deployment off. So at that point, the new Chocolatey license package would be deployed onto all the machines that are within my environment, and they would all be updated. And so that's the trick there in terms of doing it before the license actually expires. So if we do it within that time window when it's coming up for expiration, what it will mean is that you can use CCM deployments to publish that package or push that package onto all of those client machines. So hopefully this was useful. If there are any questions, feel free to ask in the comments or reach out to me on Twitter. You can find that information below me here. And for now, thank you very much.